What does bread, pasta, rice and a banana have in common? They are all forms of carbohydrates and in turn different forms of sugar. Surprising? I'll tell you more. Come join me on the other side. Hi, in my previous video I spoke about sugar, a substance that has been described as pure, white and deadly. It's also been described as a toxin. During that video I spoke about rice and how when you're eating a bowl of rice you may as well be eating a bowl of sugar. Had some great comments about the video, but some people were a little bit perplexed about how rice equals sugar. So that gives me a great opportunity in this video to speak about carbohydrates and just outline basically how when you eat rice, how it actually turns to sugar in your body. There are three types of carbohydrates: starches, fibers and sugars. Rice is actually a form of starch, and we find starches, fibers and sugars in our everyday food like fruit, veg, milk and grains, and we eat them all throughout the day. Now when we eat a carbohydrate, what happens? Enzymes in our mouth break down the carbohydrates into smaller molecules of sugar called glucose and fructose. And glucose and fructose is used to fuel our body, to give us the energy that we need throughout the day. But there is a misconception that it is only carbohydrates that can fuel our body. In fact, there are three what are called macronutrients: carbohydrates, protein and fat. And either one of these three can actually fuel our body. In fact, out of the three, guess which one is not really needed for you to ingest? It's carbohydrates, because you have essential fatty acids, you have essential amino acids in the protein, but in carbohydrates there are no essential carbs. So it is a misconception that you actually need carbohydrates to ingest carbohydrates to fuel your body, which is one of the great things about being on a low carb diet. I'll go into that in a little bit more detail in another video. But we know carbohydrates because it's a daily staple of so many people, and people know it in two forms: either slow acting or fast acting. Slow acting means it raises your blood sugar level at a very, very slow rate, and fast acting meaning that it raises your blood sugar very quickly. Refined carbohydrates really raise your blood sugar quickly. Cakes and sweets and everything. So when you eat a cake and sweet, it raises your blood sugar level at an incredible pace. And things like leafy green vegetables and some low carb fruit will raise your blood sugar level at a very, very slow rate. Now, if you are going to eat carbs, I would suggest to you to eat slow acting carbs, carbs that raise your blood sugar level at a slower pace. And you can find those, as I said, in leafy green vegetables, and even a sweet potato is a very, very great carbohydrate, even though I don't always eat it on a low carbohydrate diet. But if you really want to eat potato rather than eating white potato, sweet potato is a great slow acting carb for you to eat. So I hope that explains how when you eat rice, which is a starch, it turns to glucose, which is a form of sugar in your body. All right, for now, what I'd like to say to you is, I always like to say to you is, remember, make health your habit. Bye for now.